Hey, Inkyu, thanks for your work in week 4. Sorry that none of the Zoom times worked for you, and just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback. I especially like what you're saying here in the second forum about rethinking what success or progress is in gospel ministry, which I'm sure you're thinking about a lot there in Tokyo. But as you say, Jesus is not, and in fact, Jesus is opposed to being a spectacle himself or doing work in a way that attracts a kind of superficial attachment to him or a movement. He's really invested in bringing deep healing to people's lives and relationships. And as we think about that in our context of ministry, that has to govern how we uh, sort of organize our efforts, what we prioritize. And it sounds like you're thinking through that. So I hope that's food and encouragement for you and the work that you're doing. In the first forum, you talk about the crossing to the other side, and you got some good insight here, but I want to caution against this idea of thinking that there's a clear boundary between like Jewish land and Gentile land just because the borders in Jesus's day are not so neatly defined. And then we also want to observe that when he gets to the region of the Gadarenes on the other side of the sea, first of all, he's in land that historically was populated by Israel, and he doesn't actually go deep into the land. He's just right there on the shoreline and has this encounter with these two demonized people. And it's that then prompts some other people from the region to come and learn what happened. And then Jesus leaves. And in fact, they ask him to leave. So it doesn't seem like Jesus is kind of departing from Jewish territory and entering Gentile land as much as he's withdrawing from the crowds in Capernaum that are Jewish crowds, going to a place that it would have fewer Jewish people in it. It's clearly an area that seems to be not full of people observing the law of Moses, given the herd of pigs that are part of the scene. But I don't think that he's sort of crossed a really clear boundary that we can say either. He's just sort of in this kind of ambiguous zone and certainly moving away from the crowds that he is concerned about uh, with what you've said in the second forum here about being a spectacle for them, that sort of thing. So hope that's helpful to you. One other thought, actually, I think we want to remember with the sword that you're right. I like what you say, shatters false peace, brings sharp division. And I think with the quotation of Micah there, the emphasis is that it's not sort of easy divisions. These are divisions that are emerging even between people of the same close-knit family. And that is a kind of testimony about how much of a challenge the kingdom that's coming from heaven is presenting to the communities that Jesus is sending these 12 apostles to. Good work on a lot of your insight here in the horizon of judgment. Maybe think about how the challenge of the kingdom is putting pressure on even apparently stable family relationships. Okay, thanks again for some good work in week 4. Hope to see you soon.